Tilal Ghaf podcast, boys. Welcome back.
We're back.
We're
finally.
back after. I'm spinning on my seat. I'm told not to spin on my seat. We're back after a few weeks. Yeah, in fact, a few months.
I think it's 2 months. Unfortunately,
2 months already since we haven't made one.
Yeah, been so busy that. Yeah, I think we went to make it maybe 2 months ago, and then Tilal carried us away.
Prices changed. Yeah, no people came into the market. It's a lot changed internally as well. New office. Firstly, let's talk about that. How's the office? You enjoying it?
Fantastic.
Yeah.
One of the best things as well is as soon as you bring clients, set up a meeting with clients and they come into the office and see it straight away. You've got credibility. They look at the place and think, "Wow, what a place!"
You walk right and you see that nice face as you walk in. And
that's cappuccino.
Here it is.
You see the arches, all the nice.
Yeah, it is nice. Isn't it? I think it's a bit of a one of a kind as well. It's not your typical office. It's cool.
It's lovely. It's a
4
game
minute,
changer.
4 minute walk into work, walking opposite.
Oh yeah, you live
from me
round
as
it.
well, yeah.
4 minutes. You're gonna get a scooter?
Definitely not. Definitely not. No.
Imagine him on a scooter.
We'll save that part for another podcast about the scooter. All right, cool. So Tilal Ghaf, we have seen lots and lots of changes. We've seen handovers.
Yeah.
We've seen rentals. What's going on?
Well, obviously, Aidan is now in the progress or majority handed over.
Yeah.
So you've got end users, you've got mortgage buyers, you've got people looking to rent, landlords coming into the market as well. Prices have just been going crazy at a rapid rate in all areas, right?
Has it, to just jump in there quickly, has it continued to rise as it's handed over? Or is it, I feel like from what I saw, it peaked just before handover. Yeah. The prices went up to where they're fair priced, and now people are now getting more, and the valuations are coming in, right?
Yeah.
So it is fair valuation, I reckon.
Yeah.
You are seeing them creep up a little bit since they've been handed over. Mainly you're seeing a bit of a separation now between, whereas before they were handed over, no matter on the location, they'd all sell for sort of the same price.
Yeah.
Whereas you're seeing now the ones with the premium locations on the pool and park, they're starting to separate themselves from the ones that are backing onto, like one of the main roads.
Yeah.
So that's where you're starting to see like a bit of a separation. But prices haven't changed massively. Like you say, just before handover, we've seen the prices get really high, maybe the month before, and then, and now they're pretty much level.
I think that happens with a lot of communities, right? Especially when it's the first handed over area in that is a master development. People are so interested and intrigued to see what it's going to be like. From what I've seen, I haven't actually been there personally to the new Elands, but I've seen videos and pictures. They look really nice.
They do.
Quality is lovely.
Yeah.
Quality is amazing.
The best quality I've seen from a developer so far.
And all the kitchen appliances that the developer obviously put in for all the clients due to the delay.
Yeah.
They put in all the kitchen appliances complimentary. And
good.
It's all obviously very high quality equipment, all the finishing, it's immaculate. Really
Tempted
nice.
to ask Jacko what brand it is.
I think it's Siemens.
Is it, yeah?
I think so, but I could be completely wrong there.
Just guessing.
Siemens,
it sounds good. Yeah.
It's a German brand.
Is Siemens German?
Definitely not.
Is it not?
I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know. We should really know.
Italian probably.
Who's written this? Come on, someone's got to do it.
I think
It's good quality.
I was thinking, do I do it? Do I not? Yeah, do it.
What's interesting, just to go back what we said there about the prices a month before handover for Aidan just shooting up. I think that where it happened with Aidan, what's interesting is it kind of happened with Harmony, maybe not so much with a layout or Elysian Mansions at the minute, because obviously it's high ticket stuff.
Yeah.
But with Aura Gardens and Harmony, it's kind of like the prices also saw that same trajectory. Nice word that.
It is a very nice
Aidan
word.
did. So I don't know how much sort of massive growth we'll see just before the handover of these other communities, although obviously it's on a fantastic sort of growth at the minute. But
I think Harmony is that that sort of middle point though in the market, right? In my opinion, where it's kind of like affordable housing, if you like, right? Where it's standalone, it's entry level standalone. You can't, if you look at a Sidra, if you look at, I don't know, a C1, a B1, the prices are a lot higher than what these are selling for, and I think a massive part of it, I've had a lot of friends and clients say to me they've seen the show villa.
Yeah.
That helps a lot, right? You've got an actual, I know it's not a proper show villa, but it is, it helps people visualize what it's going to be, right? So that might be why you saw an increase prior to close to being handed over. All right, and that hands over
with Aura Gardens now as well. Like you was just touching on the prices already. So as soon as obviously Elan handed over, they reached to that certain price.
Yep.
And we've seen Aura be like increasing by sort of the price has been increasing by 10% over every 2-3 weeks. Now they're at 2.5 for a 3-bedroom.
What were they before? Like 2-3. So last podcast, I think we mentioned.
It was probably 2.1 at that point.
Yeah, I think I sold one in Jan for 2 million.
Yeah.
Really, yeah.
2 months ago there was about 2.1.
And then
now they're 2.5. That's pretty much like where the level they're at now. Depending on location, obviously that can change. 4 beds are going for between 3 million and 3.2, which is same prices as Elan. Whereas Elan is obviously handed over, you can move into it, you can mortgage by them, and Aura's reached that same level already.
That's basically what I meant with what I was saying. So
how much it's gone up.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think it shows credit to the developer and the development, right? Of how hyped it is and how well people are buying into this project. So it's a massive, in my opinion, I think it's positive. Sure. Especially now you've had the investors come in, you're going to now get the end users coming in that are saying, I can wait a year, 2 years, whatever it is, depending on the project, 6 months even. But I think there is a cap as well, you know, to the value. Definitely. There is a price per square foot for every area, right? Give or take, depending whether you want a golf course, a lagoon, whatever. But there is an average price per square foot. And I feel like what's happening now after speaking to you boys is these sellers, there's a lot of people, a lot of brokers entered the market that aren't as educated as maybe yourselves in tilal or ghaf as a specialist area. They're coming in giving crazy prices over the phone.
All the time.
They're pumping it up for
it's confusing sellers as well, right? Like, I think, and when you're selling a house, it's very emotional, right? Especially if you bought it to live in it, right? If you're an investor, it's about the numbers. But especially if you're husband, wife, whatever, they're emotionally attached to that house.
Yeah.
It's difficult. If you're selling it at 3 and someone's ringing, I can get you 3.5, why would I not sell? It might not be true. But
I'm not sure if we spoke about this before, but that happens a lot. You know, you'll have, I know we've spoke about it before, you'll have an agent who has a buyer, they don't know, the agent doesn't know tilal or ghaf that well. So they've got a buyer at 3.5 million. They're sending out for a specific type, specific location.
Yeah.
They're sending the same message or calling every seller who owns the same size villa and offering them this price when that's not what that villa's worth because of the location. Their buyers may be looking for one that's back in the pool and park, so it's got a premium on it.
Yeah.
They're offering it to every single 4-bedroom, and then all the sellers expect, okay, that's what mine's worth now, just because this agent didn't really educate them why their budget is this high, and this is what really messes it up.
Yeah, and what we're seeing as well is that so that will happen, and then we'll get said seller the price that they want. There'll be a buyer who'll pay that amount, and then it'll just repeat.
And they go up, they increase.
And then they increase it, and then they say
it's difficult, isn't it? In a very trendy area, it is hard, right? We've seen that all over the world. If you're working in a trendy area or you're investing in a trendy area, you do get the hype with it. But I feel like as a seller, and it is a positive, it shows the demand of the area. So as an investor, it's a great opportunity. As an end user, you know you're going to be in a good development when you go and live in it, you move your family, kids, whatever. But I feel as a seller now, if I was a seller in that area, I would be looking for the likes of yourselves to be working with, because you know the market, you know the prices. You're obviously going to go and try and get the highest price for the seller, but you're not going to get silly with it. And if it's valued at 3.5, all right, we can get 4. We can't, you know, and it's not going to happen. And then you're going to, there's all sorts of problems that can come off that as well. And time wasted.
Exactly. I think we're both good at that, to be fair. Like we've said on previous podcasts, we're always very honest. Like if we think that we can get more for this unit in 6 weeks' time, 3 months' time, we'll tell the sellers.
Yeah, definitely.
Of course. But if we think it's a good price, we'll say it's a good price. It's maybe a good exit point if you bought it for investment. If you bought it to live, then fair enough.
When I worked a lot with investors, when I was sort of brokering deals more, and my thing with all of my investors, I've got a handful of clients I've worked with, buy and selling. And the sort of rule of thumb for me was always, if your middle is there, as long as we're buying and the bottom's there, as long as we're buying in this section here and we're selling the tops here, we're all right. We never ever try and buy at the bottom and sell at the top because you can't. No. It's very hard to judge that, right? And there's a lot of room for error of missing that.
Yeah, for sure.
So I feel like as long as you're in the if you put a plan together where you want to get 10, 15, 20, 30%, in this case, sometimes someone getting 100%, sell. You can take that profit and reinvest it somewhere else into another project that you're going to get. Again, right? Exactly. Another 10, 20, 30%, depending on what you're going to look at. Whether it's over years or months, there's all different options.
I was working on a deal in Harmony where the seller, his return on his investment was 135% in just, I think it was around 18 months, 135%
good investment, that, isn't it?
On what he's put in. And, was about to sign the contract, close the deal, and he said, look, I've spoken to my wife. I think we're going to hold on to it now till handover, which there's a potential for it to go up like slightly, but his return on investment, even if it does go up by that amount, it's going to add an extra couple percentage. But if it was to go the other way, then
not even that. I agree with you, but even looking at that, right, you're up 135%. Amazing, right? Cash in, and then we can go. There's more chance of getting 20 to 30% in a new project, not necessarily than waiting for an extra 100k or whatever it is, because. Do you know what I mean? And that's what I would be saying now.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's what I would expect in good brokers to say is, let's cash in, you're up, you've made a fantastic decision, let's sell. 9 times out of 10, and these units you're going to sell to an end user, so they're going to then mortgage it or buy and mortgage when it's ready, live in it, amazing, and then we go and look at different projects.
I think that's one, sorry to interrupt, I was going to say, that's one thing I said to you yesterday as well when we spoke on the phone, is that when, over the last, I would say, 6-7 months, majority of people we're speaking to as investors.
Yeah.
Now it's a lot.
I don't know what happened there. It's his coffee. I'm putting his coffee. I'm sat here like this.
Now there's definitely been a shift. A lot of end users.
But I feel like as a community hands over, it goes from, initially, let's be honest, it was desert, right? Why are you smiling?
It just cracked me up there.
Why? It's puberty there. It's on camera. But you're taking a risk, right?
Yeah.
But the risk is paid off because they make an amazing project and then it goes up in value. Amazing. And we've seen that with lots of Dubai Hills, Ranches 3. There's lots of different developments that they've launched and you've had to buy into. I'm having a look at you. I'm smiling now. I can't help it, all right?
I'm just a kid.
I'm trying to do it again and it just won't work. And now as the community, I can't even look up now, I'm looking at the desk. As the community establishes, it turns into an end user community, right? That's where you're going to get the families and whatever move in. So you will see that as it hands over, especially now you've been the first. Are you giggling?
No, come on. Grow up, mate.
My shoulder.
I'm not.
Yeah, no, exactly.
We're all thinking, now what else should we talk about? Without laughing.
Just laughing at used to. New launches.
Okay, good.
The new mansions, which are going to be
mansions.
It's very similar to the Leisure mansions.
Serenity mansions.
Serenity. There's a few different names for them now as well.
Yeah.
What do the names symbolise? Is it bigger plots? Is it bigger built-ups?
Yeah. So obviously, different names will be different types.
I thought you meant what did they mean?
No, I don't know. I have no idea what. No, tilal does mean something, but I'm not sure what.
Yeah, you got 5, 6, and 7 bedrooms. Yeah. Obviously, the 7 bedrooms are one name. 6 and 5s, they're different names.
Types,
7 bedrooms.
Types,
the 7 bedrooms are on the lagoon that we spoke about.
Yeah.
They're the ones directly on the beach.
Yeah.
Then the 6 bedrooms, the row back, and the 5 bedrooms, the row back from that. So to be honest, they've already been selling quite fast. There is still some stock available.
Is it the last launch?
It's the last launch, yeah.
Just to the far left side of the lagoon, in between Harmony 3 and Alea Gardens, basically.
Okay.
So,
and then this, I think you'll see, again, in my opinion, I think you'll see another increase in the larger ones now. This is a very different type of product to your Aura Gardens, Aura Townhouses, Elands, even Harmony, right? Harmony's entry level standalone. This is now, I think you'll see an increase in the larger villas.
Yeah, the price per square foot on those is still, very reasonable. Obviously, the biggest attraction for Tilal Al Ghaf has been the price per square foot compared to anything completed in the market.
Yeah,
there's so much less. Obviously, Aura and Harmony and Elan, they're all catching up to the market now. Like you say, with these bigger villas, the luxury end, they're still quite a lot less than anywhere on the Palm or Alvarado or anywhere like this. So I agree. I think that's definitely where we'll see the biggest increase. And on the Lanai Island as well.
His favourite. He had to throw it.
Just touch on that sale, obviously, for 200 million. 200 million dirhams, the Chinese buyer, Chinese investor bought it. I'm not sure if it's for investment or for end use, but that for the community is obviously amazing.
Shows belief, doesn't it, right? That's the biggest thing. Like you see these deals go on in established areas, Palm, Emirates Hills, Dubai Hills, but to have it in an area that has only handed over its entry-level townhouses is a massive positive, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And the belief of international investors, end users, whoever they may be, is amazing. I've got clients that live in District 1 that are looking, going, it's the other side of town, but it's the same kind of concept. The District 1's been a massive success. I think it will follow that, especially as these more luxury villas start to hand over.
Definitely noticed more buyers coming through on the higher end stuff, for sure. Normally, most leads are townhouses, the smaller units, but now definitely a lot more leads are coming through.
We'll look at last month for Alea. It's a lot. It was just.
How many buyers did you have looking in Alea?
So was it March?
I was going to say you sold one, didn't you?
Sold one in March, and then I had 4 very serious, good client sellers ask me for a price within the space of 2 to 3 weeks, whether it be myself or Jackson or other brokers we work with. We'd got them the buyers, and the market, what they believe, has shifted, which, to be fair, it has for sure. They're either now sold or holding on to them. And that's all within the space of 4 or 5 weeks.
To be honest, I can see it. Like you were saying, that the more luxury hadn't increased as much and as fast as the entry level. So now it makes sense, right? We're seeing this, if it was on a graph, if we can have a graph here, go up. You're expecting that for more luxury, right? Especially as it comes closer to handover. I would imagine, well, I know that the prices are slightly higher from the developer now. Yeah, they've increased their prices, which increases the whole area. So, yeah, that would make sense. Sellers increasing as well. But, yeah, I think they're like 2 separate areas, aren't they? You've got your luxury and then your entry level. I think entry level now is closer to completion. It's going to be closer to the scene of what it is. And like you say, your end users coming in, your investors, if you're working with the big investors, even if you're working with normal investors, I would be now saying to them, looking at your more luxury as opposed to the smaller, old school way, unless you're going to rent it out.
I actually forgot to tell you guys this the other day.
And now you're going to announce it on camera.
I know, yeah.
Wow.
So I know, it's quite funny as well. Well, it's not funny for me, but it's good to see that we're helping people and make their decisions. But someone came up to me a couple of Saturdays ago, really nice guy. He said, I saw you guys on the podcast. I actually bought a LA Gardens because of you.
Oh no, he didn't ring you.
I said, yeah, you should have called me. But,
but it's good though, right? I think, and it does show value. Like what we're trying to do is educate and show people that tilal al-ghaf, to be honest, in any area, as a business, any area that we cover, tilal al-ghaf is the most trendiest area, right? But that's the area, like I've said already, that you're going to get loads and loads and loads of agents coming in. You know my feelings towards agents that are uneducated, that are just going to pepper people and not
give any real value.
There's no value. It's just trying to nick a quick pound note and then see you later. There's no relationship. There's no advice. It's just and if you do have a buyer that's ignorant to the prices, and quite rightly, like you said, it's sort of undervalued. They go, well, actually, we can sell this more. There's no value in it, for, as advice. Whereas what you boys are doing, what the Tilal team is doing, is giving proper value, giving sound advice, whether it's investment advice, helping secure a mortgage.
Exactly. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
There is genuinely nothing better than when you can contact someone who purchased the unit for you and just give them a call, say, look, the value of the villa is now this.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. There's nothing better. And doing these podcasts as well, I feel like when we're speaking with either buyers or sellers who have watched the podcast, they feel like they know you anyway as a person. They feel like they've spoke to you before. So it makes our job a lot easier. As soon as we speak to them, they kind of know that we're professional. We know what we're talking about. So it helps a lot. Definitely.
That's exactly that's what we want, that personable approach, right? The people, like you say, they're talking to you and they've seen you, they know who you are, they know what you're about, and you've built a track record.
Yeah.
You know, you've got a client base of sellers, buyers, investors that you're speaking to on a daily basis.
I think that's the main
I don't know
tool.
why I keep doing this either. I don't know what's wrong with that. I'm going to sit like this now.
It's the main tool
coffee.
of social media. I think it's the main purpose of using it.
Don't talk to me about social media,
Oh,
mate.
everyone
knows
TikTok.
TikTok.
I know, yeah.
TikTok. Someone talked to Aidan about
Go
me.
on,
I was
tag
like,
your TikTok.
Tag my
Unplug
TikTok.
it.
I don't know what it is.
It's,
It's Gino Cross 5 and 5. No, it's not. I'm joking.
We'll have to have it come up.
Yeah. Go on, tell them. Someone went up to you and said you seen me
yeah,
on TikTok.
someone come up to me, friend of a
So
friend.
buzzing when
He
he
said,
told me,
I said, who do you work for again? I was at Strada. He said, oh yeah, you work with Gino, don't you? I was like, yeah, he's one of the directors here. And he said, it's all over TikTok. He is.
Yeah.
Man.
Mad
Who
how
said that
TikTok
to me?
works.
Someone said that to me back
Go
home
on,
as well.
tell me more
No, someone
on
said that to me
camera.
back home as well. He said, you're working for that Strada.
Yeah.
Oh, it was a lad called Alex. He said, you're working for that Strada, aren't you? I was like, yeah. He was like, oh, they keep coming up on my TikTok. I said, well, was I in one of the videos? He was like, no, I knew you worked there, but the whole TikTok when I'm flicking.
But do you know what? On all jokes aside, that's what we're trying to do, right? And going out again back to sellers and buyers, like it's credibility, right? Whatever I'd like to think we're putting out there is value.
Of course.
You know, it's not just like silly dances and whatever else. We're trying to add value to buyers, sellers, investors, brokers, whatever.
You're getting good at it now as well, aren't you?
3
Compared
takes,
to your first
3
video.
videos, 3 takes yesterday.
Nice.
Yeah.
You're definitely getting
it's good
a
fun.
lot better at it.
Right, boys. I think that's it. Anything else to add to everyone out there?
I think that's it.
That's
If
it
anyone
for now.
wants to buy Elysian, please contact us.
Please.
Yeah. I think that's about it, right?
That's it. Yeah. Thank you so
Yeah,
much,
thanks.
boys. We'll see
Thank
you.
you.
What
Thanks
next?
for
What do we do?
watching.
Thanks for watching. Tuning in.
Yeah.
Next
month.
Next month. Yeah.
Yeah,
Good stuff.
next month. Sweet. Cheers.
Thanks, guys.